Good morning, and let's get ready with me today, featuring the new Natasha Denona Bloom palette, as well as my Boxycharm items that came in yesterday, so I haven't even gotten to try any of these products yet. This is going to be a very quick one, because I do need to get out of the door, but I did get the Supergoop Unseen Sunscreen. I saw that this was a choice option, and I normally don't get sunscreens, but figured it's so popular and it's good to have a couple of sunscreens in my collection, so why not? And it definitely feels like a sunscreen. I don't really like the feeling of sunscreen, so contrary to what most people tell you to do, I tend to want to skip sunscreen unless I'm going someplace where I know I'm going to be out in the sun. There's potential for burning, and though I don't mind getting some color on the rest of my skin, I do like to keep my face free of burns. So, yeah, so far I don't, I don't hate it, but it definitely feels like sunscreen. I don't like that, so we'll see. I'm going to go ahead and go into the eyes while I'm waiting for that to sink in. Just gonna go in with my Ulta matte eye primer. I thought for sure I'd have had this finished by now, but it's been any day now for about 2 months, so we'll see where we're at. But just there's still more left to go, so just keep at it. Just gonna place that. Yeah, this sunscreen really smells strong. I'm not liking it. I also got the Girlactic Luminous face powder in my box. So I'm just going to go ahead and use that to set my eye primer. My skincare is already done. Okay, I'm really not liking that sunscreen. Yeah, it's like, it smells sickly. Ugh. I guess I'll wear it and see what happens, but it's like making me sick. Okay, that powder does have some color to it. I was going to try to use it as an under eye brightener, but I think I'll just use my What's Up Beauty powder. So for the palette, I did get this when it first launched. I've been playing with it. I haven't had a chance to do a look with it yet, so I'm going to do a simple everyday look. I think I'm going to focus on this row here, and then I'll add in some depth as I need to. I'm going very neutral with my outfit today, and again, I'm just trying to keep the look simple, but I'm going to go in with the shade Petal on my eyes, and I might go ahead and just bring that down to the eyelid. I'm going to go in pretty sloppily. So I'm just buffing that in. That is a very light, it's like the perfect transition shade, but I might need to deepen it up. I don't know. I'll see. Again, I'm not wanting to put in too much effort right now. I gotta get out the door. Okay, let's go ahead and start in with fluorescence all over the lid. You know what? Again, for ease of use, I might just go in with my finger. Again, my goal is easy, simple. Alright, there's the color payoff. I don't quite fully have my thoughts on this palette. Like, I can't decide whether it's just okay or whether or not I really like it. Like, normally with Natasha Denona, it's an immediate, like, yes, I love it. And I do love the color story. I'm just not sure if the formula is great. I did pick up the Roxa palette last year when it launched, and I immediately fell in love with it. When this one launched, I'm like, okay, color story, perfect, spring tones, peachy pinks, like all my favorite colors. I'm just not sure if it's hitting the mark for me. I'm still playing around with it, but I'm just like, that color is super pretty. Like, this is the first time using like this row here, but that color is really pretty. So I will give big credit to that. That's a pretty, like, that's what I'm wanting out of this palette. Like, I've been playing around with like this corner here. This shade here has a lot of fallout. I was playing around with this little quad here, and I did like that. I like the pink tones on it. I think I'm going to go in with the shade Crisp on my finger and just drag that in from my inner corner just to kind of brighten that up a little bit. I'm trying to decide next. Do I want an inner corner or do I want an outer corner? Do I want to deepen it? But you know what? I think for the sake of wanting to keep the eye look simple, I think I'm not going to. I've got my mirror right here, so I'm looking. I think I might just go ahead and try to do that. I don't know, maybe I'm debating maybe I'll go in with this shade Robin just to give it a little bit more depth and build up, but I don't want to add too much. There, alright, that just, I'm wanting a little bit more on the outer corner, but I don't want it to look like a deepening shade. I want it to look very just seamless. So yeah, alright, I like that there. It still looks put together again, but just I just needed that extra little depth. I think with my eye shape, I like it to be very kind of smoked out. Like I like a darker outer corner and a nice highlighted inner corner. So I think that pretty much did it for me. So I'm going to leave the eyes there. I got this in my box, I think, last month, and I'm going to go in with the What's Up Beauty primer. And then I'm going to just take a brush and buff that out. Alright, now that that sunscreen is setting, I'm starting to notice the smell less. But the smell is like gagging. That's just awful. I hate that. The sponge, I'm going to go in with it's the Morpbe Lightform foundation. This is the first time getting a drugstore product in a Boxycharm. Normally they only stick to like high-end and indie brands, but yeah, I thought that was interesting, and this was one of those items that they picked for me, so I figured, you know, of course I'm going to try it, but I'm like, why couldn't they have given us like Urban Decay or like Too Faced or something along those lines? But I've got my sponge palette. They did give me the lighter shade. My profile says shade light for foundation. Actually, that's not bad. Okay, I was worried about the shade match being a little too yellow, but I don't think it is. I think it's pretty perfect, actually. I do have a couple of Morpbe foundations in my collection, and I'm not thrilled with them, but I think a lot of that has to do with the undertones. But this one, actually, I think I'm liking it. Actually, that's actually pretty good. All right, okay. I was a little apprehensive, but I think I like it. That's a good thing. All right, that's awesome. So I got this in a Boxycharm at the end of last year. It's the Yenza. It's their Super Serum concealer. Definitely a lightweight one, but I am enjoying it. Yeah, I like lighter weight makeup, even though the coverage isn't great. I can always build up coverage. When it comes to especially like skincare foundation products, I don't like it when it looks too cakey, so I prefer lightweight that I can build up versus just like all in your face. Like with eyeshadows, I don't mind a little bit more pigment, but with like this base, I definitely prefer lighter weight, even if it is a fuller coverage. The fact that it's lightweight helps. So actually, this is slowly becoming one of my favorites. And back to the lower lash line, I'm just going to go in. I think I'm going to take a mix of Petal and Robin and just buff that there. So this look I am liking. I think this is more of like your everyday kind of again, like you got your pops of color, you can add some depth, but you could really just make it an everyday kind of a spring palette. I don't think the color story is going to be for everyone, but I'm liking the colors on my eyes. I was afraid it was going to make me look a little bit too washed out, but so far it's not bad. Like this shade here, the fallout is awful, so I don't like the shade Ember, but everything else so far has been good. Again, I don't know if if it's just kind of one of those palettes, like, it's not bad, but do I love it as much as I was kind of hoping I would? And so I feel like I'm just a little bit disappointed. Again, the shade Crisp is going in my inner corners. I'm just kind of building that up. But I think this look here makes for a perfect, like, everyday type of a look. I'm going to go in with my Westman Atelier highlighter and just highlight the high points of my face. This is not Boxycharm. I picked this up in, I got it at Sephora at some point last year. I don't remember exactly if it was a sale or something else. I wasn't going to go pinky tone highlighter, but you know what? Why not? It's going underneath blush and bronzer. This was a Boxycharm item from a while back, but I'm going to go in with the Wonder Beauty Trip for Two. I'm just going to go in with the bronzer side because I did get a new blush that I'm really looking forward to trying out. Again, I told myself I wasn't going to get a whole lot of blush this year, and blush is like the thing I've been getting most of. I got a bunch of blushes in January, and then last month I got a blush, and this month I got a blush. Both, I think, in Boxy. No, I picked up a blush. I was going to say, was that Boxycharm? But no, it was the new YSL blushes, which I did enjoy. Actually, that blush would go really good with this look, but I was able to get a Fenty Beauty. It's their, what is it? It's the powdered blush in the shade Sundress SZN. Don't know what that means, but peachy pink. I had a choice between this shade and a more deeper pink shade, but because I got the eyeshadow palette, I figured this would go nicely. I'm gonna go in with the light hand. I learned the hard way that if you go in with too heavy of a hand on a blush, it can easily get overdone. So all blushes need to be done with the light hand. And actually, that's pretty. I feel like, is it the highlighter or is there a subtle glow to it? I can't tell, but I like it. And it does go really well with the eyeshadow look, so I like it. And it looks like something I can build up, so I was excited to see these in the Boxycharm. It's actually, I think it has a scent to it. It's like got a subtle peachy scent, or is peach just on my mind right now? I don't know. But I like it. I like that it's done, but it's not too overdone. Like, I hate the blush blindness trend. That's awful. I prefer to play with the eyes, but I'm sure you've heard me complain about that. But I like that you can build this up, but it's not overdone. I'm gonna go in with the Final Treat setting spray. I don't know what brand this is. I thought it was like a Machaela, I don't know, something weird, but I'm just gonna spray my face real quick. Pat it in. I've got some Tatcha Lip Mask on already, but I'm going to reapply it again. I just don't feel like dealing with lip gloss, lip balms today. I'm just, again, trying to get out the door. Mascara, I'm going to go in with the Ulta New Heights. I am almost out of this, but I'm going to use it. And I think I'll probably, it's only got a few uses left, so I'll use it for like another week or two, and then I'll call it an empty, but it is one of my favorites. Alright, without talking, I was actually able to get this makeup look done in about 10 minutes. I guess 15 if you include skincare and brows, but makeup itself took about 10 minutes to do. But I'm going to go finish getting ready and I'll be right back. Probably at the end of the day because I gotta go. But I'll be back to close out the video. Is the look all completed? I really did like this look. It's a simple everyday look with a pop of color that reminds me so much of spring. It is a little bit later in the morning when I am filming the outro. Unfortunately, my car broke down, so I didn't get to go where we were planning on going, but that's okay. Lord must have had other plans. Lord must have been protecting us from something, but I still have a cute look that I get to play around with and look at. And so yeah, now I'm just lounging out at home trying to figure out what's going on with my car. If you are new here, welcome back to my channel. I do videos focusing on beauty and lifestyle, and my goal on this platform is to share my love for beauty as well as my love for Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys!